basically by not having to diet in the middle of the contest season and have to take off and not be able to lift as heavy. So I was able to basically stay strong the whole year and lift heavy the whole year, which allowed me to put on probably about 10, 15 more pounds of muscle than I had last year at the show, at the Mr. Olympia last year. And I did achieve that. I wanted to be harder, so what we did there was my cardio. Instead of doing like, I think we were doing like 30 minutes 2 times a day, about 8 weeks out, we went to 1 hour 2 times a day, about 11 weeks out. So, and I did that all the way until the day Tuesday, the week of the contest. So I kept my cardio high, and also my carbs were a little bit lower than they were last year. Last year I carved up heavy for like 2 or 3 days a week. This year I only carved up heavy for maybe one time a week, and the rest it was just low carbs. So I was able to come in harder in this show by doing that, keeping my carbs kind of like on the low side for like 6 days out of the week, and going heavy on them maybe 1 day out of the week. My cardio, instead of doing 30 minutes 2 times a day, I was doing 1 hour 2 times a day, 11 weeks out. So I think that helped me come in just a little bit harder than I was last year. Another thing that I wanted to improve on was my posing, because I really wasn't satisfied with it. What I heard a couple people say about it last year, saying that it could have been a little bit better. So instead of me, I worked hard on my posing last year. Instead of me trying to do it myself, I went out and kind of like recruited somebody to do it for me. In other words, I kind of like hired a choreographer to do it for me. A guy who lives in this area has been competing for a while. His name is Josh Todd. He's an amateur level bodybuilder, but he's an excellent poser. You can learn a lot of stuff from people, a lot of people. I mean, just because I'm a professional bodybuilder don't mean I won't listen to what an amateur has to say, or what some of the fans may have to say. I try and improve in any area that I possibly can, because that's pretty much where you get most of your feedback from, the people that's around you. So I was able to, do a little bit better pose routine by going out, hiring somebody that kind of like a whole lot better at posing than I am. I use my strengths for myself, and my weaknesses I go out and I recruit people to help me with them. So that's how I was able to kind of come in and do a little bit better posing than I did last year. After last year's Olympia, what I did was I was kind of burned out in a way. I had trained so hard, and I was so stressed out from all the training, all the dieting, because I also did the tour right after the Olympia. My body was just kind of like beat up and tired and exhausted. So what I did last year after the tour, which ended around, I think, the end of October, I took off for I was exhausted. I took off November, December, and January, and didn't go near weight. Didn't train, didn't go to the gym. I didn't do cardio. I didn't do anything, And my muscles are here to stay pretty much, as far as I'm concerned. I've been training for 20 some odd years, almost 25 years now, and I don't think taking off for 3 months I'd lose anything. It's just like anything you build. I mean, you can build a car. Just because you don't drive it for 3 months doesn't mean it's gonna just deteriorate and not function when you get ready to use it again. And that's pretty much how I feel about my body. You know, I built it up to the point where, you know, I'm comfortable with it. I'm genetically gifted in a way that, hey, I can take off 3 months and my muscles are pretty much not going to go anywhere. They're not going to leave me, and they're going to pretty much be the same once I start back training. And that's the way it was. And I started back training in February. I think maybe the first week I was a little sore, but I wasn't sore in the fact that it hurt me to train the next week after that. So I think I was sore for maybe about a week, and that was it, you know. But I was able to get back where I had left off in probably about 2 to 3 weeks. So I was back like full force, training real hard in 3 weeks after I'd taken off for about 3 months. I pretty much picked off where I left off last year. And, you know, I think that allowed my muscles to kind of like recuperate, regenerate, and basically just relax and to take it easy. And I think it allowed me to also, you know, just put on just a little bit more size because they were so relaxed and so regenerated from that layoff.